Bruce's big call Dinar Intel Thursday night the 9th of October 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Transcribed by Wiser, now emailed to recaps, Intel only. Welcome everybody to the big call tonight. It is Thursday, October 9th and you're listening to the big call. Had to check my internal calendar. And thanks for listening. Everybody again, all over the globe. Thanks to the Starlink satellite systems, our SAT team that gets the call all over the place. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we know you as the Big Call Universe, as we know, the call is getting out there. Thank you, Bob, that was a great discussion. And let's get into some intel for a little while because I don't have too much, I don't think, but you know how I can talk. So let's get right to it. So obviously, there is something to be said about this peace plan with Hamas and Israel. Finally, you know, it's happening and they release the hostages Monday, hopefully all Monday, but could be into Tuesday. To see is significant for us. We need to have that happen. My understanding is we're also going to have the peace process between Russia and the Ukraine over the weekend that may follow, but we think it may be going over the weekend. We'll get some good news about that. It could also be a Monday, Tuesday event. Getting this peace process underway is really kind of where we need to be. Now, what about the timing for us to get our notifications? All week I have heard it would be over the weekend, and then today, we heard it would be more like any time from the weekend through Tuesday. Well, guess what? We have another 3-day weekend this weekend, with Monday being Columbus Day, and the banks are closed, the federal holiday. So what's going to happen on Monday? Well, in talking with our redemption center leaders, they are on call on Monday. That means they will not go in unless they're called to come in on Monday. And I think that is going to be dependent on whether or not that we get the numbers prior to Monday. Because think about it, if redemption center people, staff are on call, they're not going in on Monday, unless something changes. They're taken off call and put on duty, right? Well, right now they're on call. Now as far as Tuesday is concerned, I think it looks good for us to at least get notified by Tuesday, and I don't know that we won't start exchanges as early as Tuesday. So exchanges, I think, would be starting Tuesday or Wednesday, if all they do is take appointments on Tuesday. Remember, you need not only redemption centers be open for the appointment setting process, but you need the call centers to be open. And the call centers where we use our 800 number to get into, where they processes and send the redemption center that's closest to our zip code that we give them. So it's call centers and redemption centers finishing the process, because we get linked directly. And I mean, we get connected to the redemption center by the phone call. Either direct connection or another number to call to get to that redemption center to finish our appointment. I think most of the connectivity will be a direct connection. So we get that happening where you're talking to an individual, a person, a live human who is going to be helping us with the exchange. Very likely that the person you talk to when you're setting your appointment, and you get connected over to the redemption center. But that person will be working with you in some way at the redemption center, so you want to make that connection and look forward to that. That's cool. Alright, so that's the timing of what we're doing. What about in the meantime? What about, like Bob said, in the meantime? In the meantime, we heard that the restitution and reclamation allowance are 4 different R's. And I've intermingled them all. I'm just calling it R&R. This is the money we're getting back from taxes we paid in birth certificate that was traded on us. Death certificate if it applies on a spouse. Marriage license and divorce decree, those 4 things were traded as instruments like bonds on us, and we're going to be paid for the money that was earned on the trades you get, the taxes you get. The credit card interest, the mortgage interest, bank loan interest, car loan interest, all of that stuff adds up over a lifetime, and you're going to get that back in the form of R&R. Now remember, we talked about the R, and R was going to be at the redemption center for us in our quantum accounts. Well, guess what? Just when we get used to that, they might change that they are going to add the what's happening here, hey. We've got money coming from the tariffs that's separate, and we've got the R&R money and the Doge money. Where do we get the Doge money? Remember when Elon Musk and his team going after waste, fraud and abuse in our government, and he was finding all that, and he was actually paying trillions here and billions there and all that. Well, that Doge money that we're expecting is going to be added to the R&R money. So the Doge plus the R&R is a new lump sum that will be a little bit higher. It was. It's just R&R. Now we're going to be getting that in 2 possible ways, either a direct deposit, which I believe is what they're going to do for not only for everybody that has a bank account, they'll get it directly in their account. So those people on Social Security that are getting it from the age of 62 on up, depending on when you got in 62, your Social Security people should get it in your Social Security bank account. And I'm hoping that's how it comes to me, and they don't get it in my Quantum account, because we're gonna have plenty money in the Quantum account from the currency exchanges and the redemption of ZIM, right? And that would be in the Wells Fargo account. I want this for me. Speaking about me, I want this to come into my other bank account where I get my Social Security. Okay, so I don't know, alright, so that is a new thing that we got today about the combination of those two things. Now there's one other income stream for us that is going to be the tariff dividends. What about tariff dividends? The tariff dividends are coming out at the amount, and President Trump mentioned this on press conference. I thought it was yesterday. Could have been the day before. Going to be $2,000 per person age 30 and over. That is a qualified American citizen. I don't know how that's going to affect bona fide green card holders. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but if you're a bona fide American citizen, you will get $2,000. What's the timing on this? And what's the timing on the Doge and the RR? It's the same timing starting the night of October 15th, which is Wednesday, this coming Wednesday to Thursday or Friday. Wednesday night, 15/16 or 17. We might stretch it to the 18th, which is Saturday, but I'm hearing that 15, 16, 17 is when those payments are to be applied to us. $2,000, it's not supposed to be a one-time thing. I believe it could go 6 months. It could go every other month for a period of a year. So it would skip a month and so on. I don't know how long the tariff aspect is going to last. A lot of people will be getting money right after we start our exchanges. Because I believe we get notified Monday night, Tuesday. Maybe it looks more to me. I could be anywhere from Saturday to Tuesday, but you know, if it is Tuesday, we could get started on exchange Tuesday or Wednesday, and the money coming out to everybody else, it's not involved in the currency, could start Wednesday night, the 15th. We see almost concurrent. Almost, it could be a half a day to a day away as being going for our exchanges. And the people receiving the money in their bank accounts. So that, quote, unquote, everybody is getting paid at about the same time. It doesn't seem so strange that all of a sudden, these millionaire, billionaire, trillionaires and everybody else is poor. Everybody else is going to be getting money too, if they're 30 and older. So the R&R is going to be combined with Doge from our treasury sources. And we call the tariff dividends are going to be $2,000 a person. And it could be every month for 6 months. We'll see how they do it. I don't know exactly. They're not even sure how they're going to do it. As of today, at least we didn't have it definitive. And of course, being Thursday, I'll get more information tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday, and we're gonna be watching for these. We're gonna be watching for our bank accounts and our emails with the 800 number. Of course, once we get the 800 number, I'll put it out on the website with Bob's help, and we'll also send out emails to everybody. So they'll have it in case Wells doesn't have your email, and we do. For example, if we do great, they may or may not have your latest email that's accurate. So we are looking for those to happen, and it's going to be so strange, because all of this is happening, and we expect Social Security increases in the month of October, still. Even if you've already got Social Security, yesterday on the 8th was Wednesday, the 1st of the month was Wednesday. I don't think increase in those two days, but the 15th is the next and the 22nd is the last. But there is more time to do an additional payment to Social Security recipients that reflect the increased amount. Okay, so that's another thing that's out there. Another thing that should happen this month. They're saying absolutely that it will. So I'm gonna go with them and say, okay, let's get it. Let's receive it. So I like the fact that Doge and R&R being combined, and that, I hope it comes as direct deposit in our current bank accounts. And look, if you have a bank account aside your Social Security number, you will get it that way. Okay, so we'll see how they actually come up with that and do that. That's the best way to keep it in there and keep it as safe as we can keep it. They may take it to us that are exchanging. They may put it in our Quantum accounts. That's all right. If it's in there, exchange, we activate our Quantum account, can we see that it's there? Fine, okay. I just think I'd rather have it in the Social Security account. You guys may have a different opinion. I'm trying to diversify by doing it that way, between my other bank and with Wells. But anyway, that's where I really wanted to say to you guys tonight. I can't think of anything else that is prescient or important for us, other than what we said, always keep President Trump and his family. And are not only him, but don't forget our cabinets, the cabinet members, very important. Pam Bondi, our Attorney General. I mean, all of these people are getting things done. It's amazing what they're getting on to you guys. And this is just the beginning. We're going to go farther and further with this program. So I'm excited, as you could tell, tonight, very excited. We got good information, and we will plan to have a call Tuesday. I don't know where we'll be in the process. By then, we might already be exchanging on Tuesday, but we have a big call and let everybody know what's going on. Alright, so let's pray the call out first. Thank you Sue, great teaching tonight. Good time. Thank you, Bob, really good message and good stuff from course. And then thank GCK, Pastor Scott Larry, and thank you for call out all over the globe. Thank you Big Call Universe for listening for the last 14 years. Thank you very much. Everybody, take care. Let's pray the call out. Alright, everybody. Good night. God bless you. We will see you. Have a great weekend and keep an eye on your emails. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com